Rocky was a poor man who loved his little daughter Priya very much. He used to work in a factory, but the factory had closed and he lost his job. That day he sat on the floor of his small house, worried about how to feed his daughter. He had no money left. Soon Priya will feel hungry, but how will I bring her food? He thought. Just then, Priya came running to him and said, "Papa, I'm hungry." Rocky felt even more worried, but he smiled and said,
Okay, my dear, go and play for a little while. We will go to the shop soon to get some food.
Priya happily went back to play, but Rocky stayed where he was, lost in his thoughts. Suddenly he got an idea. He called Priya and said, "Come on, let's go to the shop to get some food." Rocky and Priya went to a food cart nearby. There were many delicious things to eat on display. While Priya was looking at the food happily, Rocky noticed the shopkeeper was busy with other customers. He was desperate and couldn't think straight. When no one was looking, he quickly picked up a loaf of bread and hid it in his clothes. Holding Priya's hand, he started to walk away. But after taking a few steps, the shopkeeper called out, "Hey, sir, come back here." Rocky froze. His heart started beating fast. "Oh no, I've been caught. What will happen now?" he thought. Rocky wasn't afraid of being scolded, but he didn't want Priya to know what he had done. He didn't want her to think her father was a thief. Rocky turned around and went back to the shopkeeper. His heart felt heavy and he prepared for the worst. But when he reached the shopkeeper, the man smiled and handed him a shopping bag. "You forgot your stuff here. Please take it," the shopkeeper said kindly. Rocky was surprised and confused. He quickly took the bag and left the shop with Priya. When they reached home, Rocky opened the bag. Inside, he found not just the bread, but also some other food and some money. His eyes filled with tears. He realized the shopkeeper had seen him stealing, but chose to help him instead of scolding him. Rocky prayed to God and felt thankful that Priya didn't find out about his mistake. He thought to himself, "That shopkeeper is a kind man. He helped me without saying a word." At the shopkeeper's home, his son asked, "Papa, why did you help that man instead of punishing him for stealing?" The shopkeeper smiled and said,
Son, that man was a helpless father. Did you see his little daughter with him? He didn't steal much, just one loaf of bread. He must have been in a tough situation where he had no other choice.
The boy looked surprised. "But Papa, stealing is wrong."
Yes, son, stealing is bad. But God teaches us to cover others' faults and not embarrass them. That's why I gave him food and money, pretending he had left his things behind. This way, I helped him, and his daughter didn't find out about his mistake.
The boy thought for a moment and said, "You're right, Papa. Being kind is better than being harsh." That night, Rocky watched Priya eat happily, and he felt a deep sense of relief. The shopkeeper's kindness had saved him not only from hunger, but also from the shame of his daughter learning about his mistake. This story teaches us that while stealing is wrong, understanding someone's pain and helping them can make the world a better place. Kindness and compassion can heal wounds that punishment never can.